what else? What else was a good classic old time? Chrono Trigger. Oh yeah, Chrono Trigger was alright. I think it was a little bit overrated. People seem to really, really fucking love Chrono Trigger, and I thought it was a good game, but it wasn't as legendary as some of the others. Suikoden was fucking way better than Chrono Trigger. And yet relatively unheard of. But there you go. Oh, speaking of Suikoden, holy shit, Konami. Konami have basically said they're not making any more AAA console titles other than Pro Evolution Soccer, which is shit anyway. Yeah, they're not doing it anymore. They're not making any other console games. It's all going to be, presumably, mobile stuff. Which is a bit of a shame, because I must admit, I'm one of the many people who was secretly hoping that maybe, just maybe, now that the Final Fantasies have started appearing on Steam, that maybe Konami would get their fucking finger out, wake up to the fact that it's the 21st century, and re-release Suikoden 1 and 2 onto Steam. Which would have been, oh god, that would have been good. But they won't, and they don't allow YouTubing anyway, so it's not like I could even film them if I wanted to. Which is really annoying. Really annoying. I've always wanted to sort of do a full playthrough of Suikoden for the channel. Because it's doable. I probably still have my PlayStation disc somewhere. So, with the right either hardware to make my PlayStation record it, or some sort of PlayStation emulator, it would be doable. Or, you know, a Steam version for the PC. Again, that would be amazing. But they won't. Konami are just like, they were one of the giants of my childhood. They made some of my favourite games. They made Suikoden, and they made Zombies, which the Americans called Zombies Ate My Neighbours. Both of which, me and Vel played Zombies so much on the SNES. It was epic. It was just a sort of, what would you call it? It was a co-op game, and it was like, it wasn't really a platform. It was like top-down. I guess it was a bit like a twin-stick shooter, but not really. And you sort of went through, and you had all these different weapons, and there was all these different sorts of enemies with different weaknesses, and it was sort of zombie-themed, and you had to like rescue people. There was people dotted around the level, and you found them all to open the door to the level, and then like you had to make your way to the exit. But the enemies would like respawn and shit, so there was a certain speed element to it as well. And it was a lot of fun, and the music was fucking great, and the level design and the theming of it, it was glorious. It had loads like horror movie tropes in and stuff. So like the enemies, you'd have like evil voodoo dolls, lumberjacks, giant baby. What else was in there? Mummies, werewolves, you know, stuff like that. Plants, like, you know, like the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. And stuff like that. Oh, it was great. It was absolutely great. We bloody loved that game. We played the hell out of it. So yeah, Konami were like, you know, pretty big deal. And then obviously Metal Gear Solid as well. The original Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, which was obviously the revival of the Metal Gear franchise. And although it hasn't aged very well, at the time, oh my god, was that fucking mind-blowingly good. Because there was nothing else really like that. And it really sort of pushed the limits of what the first PlayStation was capable of. It was really impressive. And it was really well written as well. The cutscenes were surprisingly good. The characterization was really good. And Sniper Wolf's death scene is still, to this day, one of my favourite cutscenes in a video game ever. It's so emotional. I really liked that. I really did like that game. And then just like, you know, over the last, say, decade or so, they've just sort of slowly decayed and fallen behind the times. And I think they're just starting to get left behind. Some new guy took over, didn't he? I can't remember when, but it was sort of, a lot of people consider that to have been the death knell. It was him that sort of interfered a lot in how the company ran, and just made it shit, really. And now it's almost sad. I mean, I wasn't sad when THQ died, for example. When they went bankrupt, it was a joyous occasion, because THQ had just, oh god, they had become a really frustrating company. And I don't think there'll be any fucking tears shed if EA ever goes under either. Although the chances of that happening are pretty unlikely. Because for some reason, people, despite the fact they make some of the shittest games out there, people still throw their money at them. Just like the mindless fucking sheep that they are. And they haven't innovated in a long time. They really haven't. Oh my fucking god, they're just steadily getting worse as well. But Konami, I always had a fair bit of faith in Konami, and it's a shame that that's gone. It's just the end of an era, you know. It really is. And it's one of those things. I think the Japanese titans of gaming are sort of slowly falling down. I mean, Namco seems to still be going strong-ish, but and obviously Nintendo have had a reversal of fortunes in recent years. But Konami declined in quality. Squaresoft have been declining in quality a lot over the last few years. I don't think any Squaresoft fans out there. Remember when Squaresoft were amazing? That was a long time ago. Who else? There's probably some other companies that are escaping my mind at the moment. But it's a shame. It's a shame to see these big companies from my childhood just like slowly losing the plot. The world changes and leaves them behind. And I mean, we live in an age now where it's the rise of the indie developer, isn't it? It's indie developers are growing strong. They've got a lot of power at their disposal. I mean, there's a lot of debate over whether Steam is good or bad for indie developers, but you can't argue the fact that it's certainly given indie developers an easy platform to access. They don't have to worry about trying to struggle to get onto consoles and shit and find publishers. They can just go straight onto Steam pretty much, as long as they can get the green light votes, which is not that difficult if you look at the amount of crap that comes through onto Steam these days. But I mean, amongst the crap, there are some genuinely brilliant games. So I think it's a small price to pay for some of the really good games that have come out of it, like Sunless Sea, and like Darkest Dungeon was another one I was really happy to see appear on Steam. That's a fucking brilliant game. Oh god, it really is. It's indie power at the moment. Indie developers are making some of the best games out there, and it's the AAA studios that are just playing the safe option, sticking with the same old crap they've always produced, and they're getting stale and boring, and people have had enough, you know? Wow, this is a nice place to stand. Oh god, this is really starting to look nice, isn't it? I'm worried about some of the shadowing on the walls there. I feel like we could be in for some spawning troubles. So we might have to, I don't know. We need plastic lights, but they're so far away. That's the annoying thing. Maybe we'll have to prioritize that, because maybe it is doable. Maybe it's, although it's quite far in. Maybe if we don't focus on the digital miner as much, it might be actually quite easily doable. I'm not sure. Because obviously we do want a digital miner. Digital miner is fucking the best thing in mech, pretty much. But it's a long way away. We've got a hell of a lot of work to do to get there. Okay, this is actually a really awkward place to tile up now. Just by virtue of how we've laid these machines out. If we can get in the right position like this, it's not too bad. There we go. Nope, don't like that one. What if I stand on this side of it? Oh, I can't because there's a pipe there. There we go. Oh, is that it? I've got one left. Oh, we need a little bit more. And that's not enough. Okay, we'll go do one last fucking trip. We'll just get as much sand as we can with the rest of the day. And then we'll get the roof finished. I don't think I've put the episode up yet where we've even started building this roof, so if you have left feedback about the roof saying, I don't like it, it's shit, it's sort of too late. Sorry about that. We still do need to figure out what we're going to make the walls out of, though. Some sort of wood would be nice, I think. You know, to have like wooden paneling on the walls. But I feel like not just solid wood, maybe like either a mix of logs and planks or a mix of like two chiseled varieties of wood in different colours. Or maybe even like, you know, like a wooden frame filled with maybe some sort of chiseled stone, I don't know. We've got so many options. We literally, that's what I love about the fucking chisel mod. It gives you so many options. You can prettify everything. And I do love doing that. There's one thing I like, it's a nice pretty house. But like we says my house is a shit, right? We have this big argument. Well, not an argument, but you know what I mean. About like I built this beautiful fucking house on a lake in one of our servers, and it was on stilts. So I built these 4 like large stilts, and then a house on a lake with a ramp leading up to it. And the house was a 2-layer thing with a glass floor on the second layer that like had the smeltery underneath it. So when you stood upstairs, the smeltery was like right below your feet, and it looked fucking amazing. And it had, on the top floor as well, you could come out onto, like, the outer balcony, and I had, like, all my crops growing, like, in little window boxes and stuff. It was fucking glorious. He hated it. He was like, oh, it's a really shit house and everything. I was like, man, you don't know shit. I'm great at building houses. My houses are funky. Jade's pretty good at building houses, actually. It's a pit we haven't been able to get her in on one of the Minecraft videos. She's just never around. The problem is she's good at building on Minecraft, but she gets bored of it too quickly. So, like, whenever we play with her, I'm sure I've said this before, whenever we play with her, we play for, like, a day or 2. And then she wants to move on and play something else, and then it's like we never get round to reviving the server after that. So we've got all these fucking save files of, like, things where we've just about managed to build a house, and then Jay's got bored and we've stopped playing. Oh my god, maybe we should just dig up some of this fucking sandstone. Let's get the hammer out. Might as well while I'm here. Just pound a bit of this out. I'm accidentally picking up some cobble as well, but that doesn't matter. That'll help us a little bit. Oh, Slime Island. Yeah, I think we remembered spotting that before. We'll have to go and explore at some point as well. Do you guys want me to go and explore? If you do, say so. I mean, feel free to tell me, like, if you want me to change priorities over what I'm doing. I mean, obviously, it's too late to do anything about the roof because I'm going to have it finished by the time this even goes up. But, you know, if you'd rather, like, oh, don't go to the Nether, go exploring first around the area, or fuck exploring, go to the Nether first, you know, let me know. Let me know, and we'll figure shit out, and we'll decide what we're doing. Because I don't get a lot of feedback on this. I really don't. Probably because no fucker watches it, that's why. It's okay. I know some of you do. Oh, this was a much better idea, digging up all this sandstone. This just saved us a bit of time. Even though I'm digging out some weird shapes. Yeah, I wonder what... Do we need to go to the Slime Island for anything? I don't think we do. I don't think there's anything specifically up there. Oh my god, I've dug proper, like, into the fucking wall here. Oh, that's great. That is absolutely great. All the sandstone. Oh, yes! Okay. That has saved some major amounts of time. Let's dig through here as well. Oh, man. This is more sandstone than we're going to need, so we've got some spare. Which is good, because if we extend the thing at any point, we're obviously going to want to extend the roof a little bit. Because we will extend it backwards into the mountain at some point. This is just the temporary size, just because it's something I can work with, you know? It's going to get bigger. Although we might have like doors and rooms and stuff rather than one giant room. A couple of reasons is having interior walls means it's easier to light things up. I think we've got plenty there. Let's go back. We've got more than enough. So we'll go back, get it all sorted, finish off that roof, and then I'll decide what I'm working on next, which is probably gonna be the power situation, I guess. And maybe getting a few more mech machines up. We're also going to need a water tank. I could do with automating that steel process, but I need the power first before we even think about doing that. But that's something I do want to do. I do want to automate the steel process, so I'd have to stand there, put it in. We'll just like have a chest that I can just stick iron in, and it'll just turn it into steel for us. So it can just happen while we're off doing other things. There's a fecking creeper up there. We need a bow. That's something we should do. We should make a bow at some point. We need more mats, though. We need to go to the nether. The bow will come after the nether. Because we can make some really good arrows out of the stuff we get from the nether, I think. And again, we need steel for them. My favourite arrows, I think, in Tinkers are steel tips with alamite shafts. And obviously feathers for the fletching. We could do with some feathers. We'll have to set up some little areas with fences that we can keep animals in. You know, like and then breed them so that we've just like if we need chickens, we can just go and just murder a bunch of chickens and then rebreed them. So that's something we'll have to do as well. So yeah, if you've got any feedback about what order you want me to do all this shit in, just give us a yell. Give us a yell. There's some sand. There's some sand. Okay, let's do that, and then spread that around. And there we go, load of sandstone. Excellent work, everyone. Right, let's chisel this up. I will just chisel 2 stacks. And I'll leave the rest. Because obviously we might chisel it into a different shape if it's going somewhere else. So there's no point. I mean, this is easily enough to finish this off with, isn't it? Right. And obviously we're going to want to redo the floor as well at some point. So have a think about what materials you might want the floor made out of as well as the walls. Obviously I'm going to give it some thought as well, but that's not priority. That really isn't priority. Ceiling was, because you've got to have a nice ceiling. And it lightens the place up a bit as well. Having a cobble ceiling just makes everything dark. Can't quite reach that block. We'll have to come back for that one. Oh, there we go. And boom, just that last one. Plop. Excellent. Oh, yes. There we go. That's a bit more like it. That's a bit nicer. We could probably do something with that, but not yet. Not yet. We'll worry about making it very pretty later on. Again, if you've got any ideas, shout them out. Don't be a stranger. Because I will listen to you. And I might even do what you suggest. No guarantees. Oh, there's redstone in there. And some coal. Why is that in there? I don't know. Okay, right. What's next? We've got an energy cube. Biofuel. What's the biofuel situ? It looks like the energy cube is full and the biofuel generator is full. Is this the crusher? It is. Right. Let's do that. And that. For now. I made the rest of the wheat into bread because I was hungry. We'll leave that doing that. Okay, that's got power. So we've got cables. And this outputs off one face. So we need to change how this is wired up, basically, and get some underfloor wiring going on so that we can wire up this infuser. Infuser, pipe, chest. Yeah, that's all going to fit. We can set up automated steel production. We just need to get some power. So, okay, we need to rotate this and bring the power underneath the floor. Let's wait till the crusher's done. The crusher's going to take a while. Okay, let's not wait for the crusher to be done. Let's dig up the floor and get some cables down here. We just won't connect it up yet. Right. So I want one to run all the way under there. Ooh, more karmat. Not that we need it, but, you know. Okay, that's as far as that needs to go. We don't need that silver. So if we go down here like this, that gives us enough to feed off into... Oh, I can't jump out there. But that gives us enough. That's fine. We can feed off from there. That's brilliant. We're just going to replace this with cobble for now until we decide what we're making the floor out of. Is it? Oh, I thought it was getting nighttime again already then. Jeez. I think it's just because this cobble's dark and it's darkening the place up. Right, so now we need to extend this cable the same way underneath all these three machines. So let's drop down and do that. And then this is a nice little power cable. And you'll notice I left a little nub as well so that we can extend it outwards into the base as we need it for more machines. I think that's as far as I need to go. Yep. Right, let's connect all these up. There we go. And under here. Onto there. And there. Right, so now we can break this. Like so. Did I get it all? I hope I did. I don't see any of it floating down there. It's too valuable to lose at this point, to be honest with you. And then, is this in wrench mode? It was in wrench mode. Okay, so it is persistent. How I rotate. There we go. Rotated. Okay. So now, all the machines are powered. Hooray! That was worth it. Right, let's seal this back up just for now. There we go. Brilliant. So now everything has power and we're running off biofuel. That will do us for a little bit. So now I want to make a second infuser. So let's do that. Let's make a second infuser. Let's also eat some bread. Nom, 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 nom.